Hello everyone, Hector Murrieta with you once again on Catholic Commute. This way on my way back home, I shared with you this morning a different reflection, and yeah, I've been on the road now for a little bit, running some errands, and just really can't stop thinking about something that happened at work today that has gotten me well, quite frankly, saddened, distressed. I don't know many adjectives to describe it. And put me in prayer. And let me tell you what it is. I was even struggling to find a title for this video. So I just named it for what it is. And today at work, there was an email stream around the conversation, gender and cap and gown colors at graduation. And you know, many schools have two colors for caps and gowns. Boys will wear one color and girls will wear another. And as you could probably imagine, that may now have to go away because of, as Patrick Madrid calls it, the dreaded binary. I'm gonna guess that perhaps some students, some families, I don't know, called the district office and began to question that, maybe complain, I'm not sure. But now it's, you know, us high school principals, we were asked, you know, if we, get the exact question, but what our preference was. And you know, I was reading some of the emails, and you know, my response was that I would prefer to keep the two colors, but I would, you know, certainly comply if there was, you know, if the decision was made to go to one color. And you know, and it's not the color, it really isn't. It's not that I'm hard set on having certain colors, or that it even has to be two colors. There is something beautiful, you know, appealing to the eye when, you know, you look out on the crowd and see hundreds of graduates, and there's just different color, vibrant colors. There's something beautiful about that. Like looking out into a field and you see different colored flowers. There's just something beautiful about that. And so it's not so much the color, but it's really the issue for me is what's prompting the change of, you know, the change to a one color. And obviously the issue here is that we have some students that don't identify as either boy, or maybe we have girls that identify as boys and they want to wear the, and boys identify girls, so they want to wear the girls' color. It's, just got thinking. I mean, isn't the fact that, you know, we're questioning, you know, if we could choose our gender just because we're in a way about it, then can we even say, you know, boys and girls? I mean, at one point when we get to the point where, you know, it's almost a contradiction in terms. How can something be called for boys if there are no boys, and something be called for girls if there are no girls? I was thinking of a computer program, you know, when, and I don't know what it's called in the program, but I do know that when a program runs into something illogical, it just starts to spin. It never stops because it can't make sense of it. I feel like that's what's happening right now. And I'm going to read to you from yesterday's readings. I found found it very fitting, as always. Scripture is right on. And comes 1 Corinthians 3:8. It says, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness in the eyes of God." And I believe that's going on here. Right now, common secular wisdom tells us that, well, if a person feels a certain way, we have to, quote unquote, respect that, and we have to deal with them accordingly. So in this case, if a girl feels like a boy, then we have to her as a boy speak. And that's foolishness in the eyes of God. Because God is very clear about how He created us and how He wants us to carry our lives, and in glory and honor to Him. And I'm not too sure we are glorifying Him by going against His very creation. So, gosh, I feel like there's much more to say about this, but it can get very long. Makes me think about our public school system and how it's just, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it's making me we force people to go to school. You have to go to school. You get fined for not going to school. But okay, so we're going to force you to go to school, but you have to take what we give you. There's no real choice. So I'm wondering isn't that contradictory to what's going on here? Okay, we're going to let you choose your gender, but you don't have a choice as to whether or not you go to school. You can get in a lot of legal trouble for that. So it's very confusing, because on the one hand, I know people say, well, it's out of respect for the person's identity, but okay, so what if in the other hand, someone else's identity calls for something else? So it made me wonder, why don't we just go all out with respect to the caps and gowns and just have a bunch of different colors? Instead of going to one solid color, why don't we go to a bunch of colors? If there are different types of identity, well, showcase all. Why not? I start to wonder if maybe, or girls can still wear the color that they want, the one color, and then the boys the other, and then these students that don't identify with neither one, what if they wore a different color? I wonder if people are going to say, well, no, because then they would, well, if there's nothing wrong with this gender identity issue, well then what's the problem with making it known? I see a lot of contradiction here, and I find the compromise in my head, and so brothers and sisters, I put this out for you for your reflection and your prayer. I think we all know that, not a mother per se, but what this is going to lead to, because this is one little step into many, many, many requests that will be made, and I'm not sure we're going to be able to, I don't know what we're going to be able to stand on to say no to anybody. So let's put this in prayer. There are many people in public schools that don't approve of this. It goes against their identity and their convictions, and but they have to just live with it. We need to love everybody. We need to love these students that are having this where their identity they feel doesn't match, if you will, the boy or girl. It's not about loving anybody more or less. No, it's just about um, you know understanding what is the wise thing to do. And God is very clear that the wise thing to do is to do what He wants us to do and to be as close to Him as possible. And doing things like this takes us very, very far away from God. So I don't see the wisdom in that. And based on Corinthians 1 Corinthians 3:8, as we read today, it is quite foolish. Okay, so God bless all of you, my brothers and sisters. Pray for us, and we'll be praying for you. God bless.